All right, let's talk about IELTS Writing Task 2. If it's got you feeling completely stuck, you are in the right place. We're about to go through a super simple formula that can honestly change everything. And we're not just talking about passing. We're aiming for a band 7 or even higher. So let's dive in. So first things first, let's just face the beast head on, the challenge itself. For so many people, writing Task 2 is, without a doubt, the most intimidating part of the whole exam. We're going to look at exactly why that is before we jump into the solution.
Does this feel familiar? You know, you're sitting there, that clock is just ticking down, you've got less than 40 minutes to write a basically perfect essay. The pressure is just immense, and it is so easy to feel totally and completely overwhelmed.
And listen, if any of these fears hit home for you, you are definitely not alone. Staring at that blank page, having no idea what to write, worrying about your structure, or just watching those precious minutes disappear, these are the exact things that stop people from getting the score they deserve. But what if there was a way to make all that anxiety just go away?
So, what's the goal here? We're aiming for a band 7 or higher. And I want you to look at this number not as some crazy, impossible dream, but as something that's totally achievable if you have the right system in place. And that system is exactly what we're here to talk about. We're calling it the 7+ formula. The best way to think of it is as a blueprint for success, a step-by-step guide that's designed for one thing, to get you that high score. Now, this is really important to understand. This isn't just a collection of little tips and tricks. No, this is a systematic, repeatable blueprint. The whole point is to take all the guesswork out of it so you can walk in and write with absolute confidence every single time. And look, here's the promise, plain and simple. We are focused on the easiest, most direct path to writing a high-scoring essay. It's all about having clarity and a method that you can use over and over again.
Okay, so enough hype. How does this thing actually work? Let's deconstruct it. We're going to take it apart and look at every single piece one by one. So, the foundation of everything. It's this super simple 4-paragraph structure. That's it. An intro, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Sticking to this makes your argument incredibly clear and easy for the examiner to follow. And trust me, that's a huge part of getting a good score.
Okay, let's dive into that intro. It's just 3 sentences, and each one has a very specific job. Sentence number 1, you just rephrase the question in your own words. Sentence 2, this is your thesis where you state your opinion loud and clear. And sentence 3, this is your roadmap where you tell the examiner the 2 main points you're about to make. Boom, that's it, a perfect introduction.
Now we get to the real engine of your essay, the body paragraphs. And each one is like a little 4-sentence machine. You start with a topic sentence that introduces your first big idea. Then you explain that idea a bit more. Then, and this is so crucial, you give a specific example. This is where so many people lose marks. It proves you can back up what you're saying. And finally, you link it all back to your main opinion. You just build this little machine twice, and your entire argument is solid.
And the conclusion? It's even easier, just 2 sentences. First, you quickly summarize your 2 main points from the body paragraphs. Second, you restate your opinion from the introduction, just using different words. The one golden rule here, no new information. You're just wrapping things up with a nice, strong finish.
Okay, so that's the theory, the blueprint. But what does this actually look like in the wild? Let's put the formula into action with a real-world essay topic.
So we've got a pretty classic IELTS opinion topic here. We're being asked if governments should be putting more money into trains instead of roads. So let's apply our formula and see what happens.
Okay, check out this sample intro. Sentence 1 is just a nice paraphrase of the question. Sentence 2 takes a really clear position. I completely agree. There's no doubt where the writer stands. And sentence 3 lays out the roadmap perfectly. We're going to talk about the environment and traffic. It follows our 3-sentence rule to a T.
And here's that 4-sentence machine in action. We lead with the topic sentence. It's all about environmental benefits. The next sentence explains why, comparing trains to cars. Then comes the killer evidence, a specific example about European countries. And we wrap it up by linking it back to the bigger picture of a greener future. 4 clear sentences, 1 perfect paragraph. So, what do we do for the second body paragraph? You guessed it. We do the exact same thing, just with our second idea. We start with a topic sentence about traffic problems. We explain how roads get gridlocked. We give the example of trains being a great alternative. And we finish by linking it back to how this improves daily life. It's just rinse and repeat. Simple.
And to finish it off, the conclusion. Sentence 1 sums up our 2 points. Railways are sustainable and efficient. Sentence 2 restates our opinion from the intro. It's fast, it's clear, and it leaves a really strong final impression.
Okay, and this slide, this is where it all clicks into place. You can literally see how the abstract rule of the formula connects directly to the actual sentence in the essay. You see the paraphrase rule, and there's the sentence. You see the thesis rule, and there's the sentence for that. This is the blueprint in action, and it just works.
So what's the bottom line here? For you, this is it. This is your clear, actionable roadmap to getting the score you need, and frankly, the score you deserve.
All right, so if you remember nothing else from this, remember these 3 things. 1. Structure is everything. Do not start writing until you have a plan. 2. Memorize this formula. Just burn it into your brain. 3, 4, 4, 2. 3 sentences for the intro, 4 for each body, 2 for the conclusion. And number 3, the most important part of all, practice. Use this blueprint over and over until it becomes second nature.
So, the only real question left is, are you ready to put this to work? You have the blueprint, you have the tools, you've seen a clear example. The next step is all yours. Go build that Band 7 essay.